Welcome to Rootstem, guys. Right, in this video today we're going to be looking at fire dragons. Yes, I've got some red on my gloves already. Previous. We're going to be looking at fire dragons. Now these are Finecast fire dragons. I'm not impressed with Finecast. I may do a video of how to work with Finecast because it's not the greatest substance in the world. But that being said, we've got some Finecast fire dragons. Now what we're going to do with these is we're going to have yellow to red going in an ascending. So I'm going to use the airbrush, we're going to layer it, and we're going to layer it from yellow to like a dark red on the top. And then the armour plates, so majority of that's going to be the undersuit. The armour plates we're then just going to paint black as if it's coal. And then of course we'll highlight that, and then we're going to hit the weapons with a bone colour and probably put a bronze on the end. This is basically because these are part of a commission, and the weapons, majority of the weapons in the commission, unless it's some form of infiltrators, are going to be Wraithbone like colour. Wraithbone colour, it's a bone colour really, at the end of the day. So yeah, we're going to basically, I've based them up, I've sprayed in Mechanicus standard grey, and then we're going to airbrush it, starting with the brightest yellow we've got all the way to the darkest red at the top. And then I don't know whether or not to keep the helmets as the red though, or whether or not to actually have the helmets. I suppose actually there's a ridge there, so no, I don't know. I might have the helmets normal, or of course just have the helmets black and maybe have the X-Sharks helmet with the different colour on it, because you can see there's a crest. So I might ignore a helmet and just keep the helmet going to be a black helmet at the end of the day. Although the gems looking a different colour would be pretty cool. Right, let's crack on. So, paints for the transitions. We're going to be going from Flashgitz Yellow to Uriel Yellow to Avalan Sunset to Trollslayer Orange to Evil Sun Scarlet to Mephiston Red to Corn Red. If you've got alternatives such as Vallejo, not a problem, just have a look. There's lots of different areas online where you can actually correspond with different colours. I use workshops because I've got some Vallejo model colour. You've seen me on some of the previous videos use them. It's just easier for me to purchase these. My local store gives me a discount, so it's just easier for me to get hold of Citadel colours. I do use other things like Green Stuff World colours as well for specialists, but this tends to be my range. So let's hit it with this, that, and that. Yes, it's going to be quite an intense layering process, and that's the middle. So when I get to the middle of the figure, it needs to be Trollslayer Orange, and then that's the extreme top. Next we're going to be doing the darker areas. We're going to be hitting that recessed shade at Caribou Crimson, and then we're going to be using Cassandra Yellow for the lower areas. So we've got two different inks going because of course that will be too dark to put onto the lower recesses. So next up, we're going to be hitting it with the black. And I'm going to hit armour panels I think should be covered. So like the knees, this little thing here, maybe little bits. So we're kind of going to go for a reverse. So it's not going to be dark to light. It's going to be light underneath and then dark on top. So I've painted the black. We're going to be dry brushing the black with Dark Reaper of a Mechanica Standard Grey. I've actually got an old school dry brush. This is a Games Workshop small dry brush. Look at the nib on that. Yeah, that's going to be good for some dry brushing. Right, but in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to dry properly, we're going to paint the weapon. His main gun, we're going to use Steel Legion Drab for it underneath, and then on top we're going to use Carrick Stone before dry brushing it all with your Shabty Bone. Dry brush time. Let's get this Dark Reaper on with this old school brush. I'm going to go against the grain. You could use an airbrush on the helmet if you wanted to. I am just going to dry brush it on. This is a very old school dry brush. It works very differently to the ones that Games Workshop have at the moment. Trying to get used to it. Basically let's just dry brush. Let's just dry brush all the black. Because I don't want it to be very, very light. Then Mechanica Standard. That's a little bit thicker. Oop. Test it, there we are. And then be careful with this one. Just want it on the edges. Did that go off screen? Might have done. Autofocus. Oh, we've got some colour going on there. So we're going to go to a new style of dry brush. Tyrant Skull. That's going to be applied all over the weapon apart from the end, because of course we're going to paint that. Actually, I'm going to use some Screaming Bell. This is going to be a mass array of colours. Now we're going to wash the weapon, all of it, in Seraphim Sepia. Okay, so we have put, focus, come on, that's it. We put the Screaming Bell on. I'm currently waiting for that to dry, and I've put it also on his grenade, and of course there. I'm going to do the cloth now, so the loin cloth itself. The majority of the figures are, it's supposed to be like an orange Craftworld, so I'm going to do an orange, well, like a red, light red to an orange going down the cloth. I'm going to be using a wet palette for that. So I've got my wet palette. Zoom in, losing my light here. I've got my red, I've got my orange. It's Evil Sun Scarlet, it's Troll Slayer orange, and I've got my mix in the middle, and we're just going to basically blend that in on here. So, cloth done. And then I'm just going to add some Agrax Earth Shade to the ends of the weapons. I'm also going to airbrush a little bit of black. Maybe a bit of black ink. Just to give that a bit of a fuzzy, sort of like used metallic effect. We're going to put Mook Green into the eyes. I'm going to do that off camera, because trying to do that on camera, and I've got to get it right to my face to be able to do it. There we go. So basically I'm going to do that. Let's adjust that light. There we are. I'm going to do that off camera. And then I'm going to put some Quillia green shade in there to give it the shading. And then we're going to do the usual. We're going to paint all the gems in. I'm going to actually do it dark. I'm going to do it in corn red. And then Mephiston. And then I might put a wash over, then Mephiston again. And then a little dot of white in the corner. So I'm going to do that off camera, because that's going to be something that's going to take me a while to do. So hopefully this looks alright on the camera. It looks okay in real life. It's just whether or not it looks alright on the camera. I've added a varnish, gloss varnish. I've done the base. I've done... Get that out of focus. I've done the basing. And I've just got to wait for the black rim to dry, and then I'm going to put some grass on. And that's basically just like an alternative version of the Fire Dragon, so a bit like a reverse Fire Dragon, where it's more like a black armour. I know some of the armour panels are coloured up, but it's more like a black armour with a flame like undersuit. And yeah, that's Fugan. Fugan's a bit more fiery. He's a bit more crazy. And I have varnished, especially because he's a metal figure. He's been varnished about 3 times. Right, thank you very much for watching that one. I hope you enjoyed looking at the craziness that is. It's very different. Even I, after I've done it, I'm thinking it's very different. But I've enjoyed it. Hope you guys have too. I'm going to be doing a couple more Eldar videos, maybe some alternative. These are all sort of like alternative Eldar. So maybe forward. Can't remember what I've already got out, but I am going to be doing one with some flyers as well eventually, and of course I'm going to be doing some swooping hawks. Right guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button if you want to see more. Forget about that on every single one of my painting videos.